Hello to all of you. I hope you all are fine, doing well. And today we will discuss the detailed strategy for assistant professor exam for political science subject. We will deal with how many books you need to read for this, what sources you need to follow, what strategy you should opt, and how you should attempt questions in the exams and which question bank you should prepare before the exam. So we will discuss it one by one. See, there are several segments within political science subject and few are very important keeping the exam in mind. We have sub papers like political theory and concepts, then compared to politics, international relations, public administration, Indian polity. And we have to deal with all these subsections in a very thorough and comprehensive manner, keeping the nature of exam in mind. Since 70 questions in higher UP higher examination are being asked from your subject, and even if you give other states assistant professor exam like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, etc. They also follow the same pattern. In some states, a number of questions may vary. Like some in some places, these are 120 questions, and on other places it might be 150 questions. And in this and in this few questions are asked from state related GS, and the large segment, the large number of questions actually come from your subject. So I am dealing with the political science student, keeping Uttar Pradesh Higher Education Services Commission exam in mind. So we will deal one by one. Firstly, the most important segment is political theory and concepts. In 70 questions, approx 25 to 20 question 22 to 25 questions are asked from this particular paper only, political theory and concepts. And as far as syllabus is concerned, you need to be clear with the basic concepts like liberty, equality, justice, democracy, and then ideologies: liberalism, neoliberalism, Marxism, feminism, and post-modernist approach, post-colonial approach. You should be aware about all these things. And most importantly, the book you need to refer is, you should pick one book that is informative, and you should pick another book that has analytical aspect in it. I picked Andrew Hewitt, Political Theory and Concepts, and the second one by O.P. Gaba. So, uh, what you need to do here is, whatever statement has been made by any scholar, you just take a loose sheet, A4 sheet, and note down what are the opinions of different scholars on liberty, on equality, on justice, and write the keywords, and sometimes you also need to memorize the entire sentence. Whatever statement has been given, has been written in a book, you just note down it, and you have to do rote learn it, because this is the nature of the examination, where so many information based questions are being asked from this segment, this particular paper. On several times they give one statement and there will be four options, and you have to uh, mark one correct option. सो स्टेटमेंट्स वाला जो पोर्शन है, ये बहुत अच्छे से we all you have to do. Political theory and concept हो गया, और this is very important paper. You cannot take risk to completely neglect it or to undermine its weightage in the examination. Second, the most important paper is Indian polity. Indian polity में what you need to do, firstly, memorize all the articles. Not all the articles, I mean articles 1 to article 51. You need to rote learn it completely. You should know what is in article 36, what you should know what is in article 48. You should know in which article there is the provision of separation between executive and judiciary. You should know in which article there is provision for promoting international peace and international treaties and agreements. You should know what is right to equality. You should know what is removal of untouchability and in which article it is written. You should be clear with these basics. You have to do nothing. You just need to rote learn from article 1 to article 51. And second, you need to memorize all the parts of Indian Constitution. Currently, we have 25 parts. You need to do rote learn in which part what has been written. You need to just like it कि रट्टा मार लो जैसे भी हो रहा है कर लो. And at third step, you have to do schedules. Currently, we have 12 schedules, and you need to know in which schedule what has been the provision under Constitution. You should be clear with it. And then next step, the philosophy and preamble of the Constitution. Then fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and after that central government का structure and then state government का structure and then constitutional bodies, non-constitutional bodies, and if there has been any change in any commission in any statutory body, then you need to do this exercise also, like like abhi 1 year ago there has been made some changes in the human rights commission, so you should know what are those changes and what were the earlier provisions and now what has been the new provision. You should be clear about it. So this is the Indian polity portion, and for Indian polity, there is one stop solution, Mr. M. Lakshmikant, Mr. M. Lakshmikant, और इसके अलावा you don't need to pick anything, no matter what others are saying कि PM बख्शी पढ़ लो, DD बसु पढ़ लो, या फिर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की ओरिजिनल कॉपी लाके देख लो, उसकी पेंटिंग देख लो कैसे बनी है, उसकी किनारी कैसे बनी, बॉर्डर कैसे बना, ये सब कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. बस लक्ष्मीकांत लो and memorize it from page 1 till last page. And yes, please get it the recent version जो अभी आया है. I think अभी जो आया ग्रीन कलर में है शायद. I also don't know. अभी recent वाला जो आया है वो वाला आपको लेना है for M लक्ष्मीकांत. And then at third level you have to do comparative politics. This is also very important paper, and in this paper the interesting thing is to if you are focusing on few segments, तो questions कुल मिला के you will be able to solve. कुछ skip करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी real exam में. For example, elite theory you have to do completely very well. मॉस्का का क्या है, पेरेटो का क्या है, माइकल्स का क्या है, शूम्पीटर का क्या है, ये सब you need to do it in a very comprehensive manner. You should know the difference between ruling elite concept and iron law of oligarchy and the ruling class. There is minor difference, and you need to be clear with that. And for comparative politics, just pick one book, J.C. Jauhari. It's very good book, very well written book. You may pick this one. And another book is Ronald Chilcote. Ronald Chilcote's book are titled as Comparative Politics करके है कुछ. Pick these two books for this paper and read it. and also prepare short notes because compared to politics में चीज़ें बड़ी confusing हो जाती हैं थोड़ी सी. So you need to be cautious and while making preparing your notes. And the next paper is international relations. It's very interesting paper, but the sad part is there are few questions being asked in Uttar Pradesh Higher Education Services exam from this segment, and the kind of questions they ask they are not very qualitative. It's just ऐसे ही जहाँ से मन होता है बस बना के दे देते हैं. एंड सिंस यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग तो जैसे भी क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं आपको तो करना ही पड़ेगा. इसमें बेसिकली यू हैव टू डू डेली स्मिथ की ग्लोबलाइजेशन ऑफ पॉलिटिक्स एंड एंड्रयू हैवुड की international relations theories पे है. You have to do these two books in a lucid manner, in a very comprehensive manner, or you need to be clear with all the basics, and also the focus should be on India's engagement with the world. Like if India has signed any important treaty, any agreement with any country, or Indian premiers like foreign ministers, prime ministers, or president have gone to visit to a country, then what kind of a memorandum of understanding they have signed, and if India has joined any summit by any hosted by any regional organization or international organization, or if India is chairing uh, any international organization, any regional organization, then you should be clear about all these facts. And you should also know the basics about the regional organizations. For example, in which year ASEAN has been established, in which year SARC has been established, and the recent summit or recent meeting held in which place, in which year, and the next one will be held in which year and in which place. ये इतना you have to do. And international relations में normally questions are current affairs based. इतना लोड लेने की ज़रूरत होती नहीं है, हो जाता है यहाँ से. And then the most boring paper is public administration. कोई नहीं पढ़ना चाहता हम में से इसे. वो जीव बहुत ही क्या बोलेंगे, उनको बड़े सुलझे हुए और बड़े बुद्धिमान होते हैं जो इस पेपर को एकदम इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके से पढ़ लेते हैं. आई ट्राइड अ लॉट बट आई कुड नॉट जनरेट इंटरेस्ट इन दिस पेपर. It's very dry paper, but the thing is, approx 12 to 15 questions you may get from this section. So we cannot leave this paper. And given the fact, if you are preparing for an exam and you are affording to leave an entire segment, then there are thousands of others who are actually devoting their lot of time in preparing that same paper or that same segment. So they may excel in the examination and you may lag behind. So no matter you find in public administration interesting or not, the fact is you have to do it anyhow. So anyway, for public administration, again, one-stop solution, Mr. M. Lakshmikant. And you don't need to read for PubMed the one by page and line by line from paper page number one till last page. You just go through the chapter one in which the evolution of public administration has been discussed, and then chapter second that is organization, and then principles of public administration में जो भी हुए हैं, scalar concept क्या है, और post कार्य क्या है. You need to know all these things and who has given these concepts. So these are the basics about the questions, about the books, about the sources, about the papers regarding political science. Except this, you need to do few other exercises. For example, which popular book has been published in which year and has been written by whom. I mean, मैच करने को आ जाता है book names and their authors, and sometimes books name and publishing year. So Politics Among Nations is written by whom and in which year it has been published. You need to be aware about it. So if you are reading the reference book, textbook, whatever you are reading, if you come across any factual information like this, go down it on A4 sheet, and every night before going to the bed, revise all these facts. It will be easy for you to memorize it or to keep it in your mind for a long time. I have already covered how to read faster. If you are interested, you may click this video. It is given in the playlist anyway. So this is how you need to approach the political science assistant professor examination. And yes, please 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 don't go for shortcuts कि ये वाली क्वेश्चन बैंक कर लें वो कर लें वो कर लें, उससे कुछ होता नहीं है। होगा, ऐसे होगा ना कि एकदम बॉर्डर लाइन पे आकर के आप रुक जाओगे, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू क्लियर द एग्जाम। इफ somehow you have cleared the written exam, you will not get good marks in the interview. So it really does not make any sense if you are not able to convert your study into result. So I suggest you have enough time. I mean, if you have done your masters in political science, then you have given UGC NET ka exam in political science, then things will be easy for you. You have already covered the entire syllabus, and for revision purposes, 3 months time is enough. So start it from today only. Make a proper timetable, and as per timetable, cover the entire syllabus. And yes, if you need any help or any guidance, or if you want to ask anything, or you want to give your suggestion or anything, feel free to utilize the space given in the comment box. Thanks for giving your time to me. Thanks for listening me. And that's it from my side. Bye. Good night. Take care.